Moral universe, while you're bending towards justice, how about picking up some cigarette butts? Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Thank you to Carkle Cocoon for that wonderful catchphrase submission, and welcome to Comedy Bang Bang for another edition and special last day of Navi Doggy edition. We hardly ever get to do a special last day of Navi Doggy edition on this show. It comes around every, if I had to guess, 5 years or so. And we are lucky that it has happened today. Welcome to the show. My name is Scott Aukerman. I'm the host of Comedy Bang Bang. I have been the host for these many 11 years, and I will be the host for who knows how much longer. It could be another 11 years. It could be 11 days. Who knows? But, who knows what's going on in this life? And that is a great segue to lead us into talking about who's on the show today, because who knows what's going on this show? I do. And so I will tell you. We have, coming up a little later, we have a couple of entrepreneurs. This is a treat. Wow. People who are starting or who have started their own business. We will talk to them about whatever that business is. And speaking of business, these people are in the business of sports, and business is good. We will have a couple of sports figures coming up a little later. And before we get to them, we have an entertainer. She is a writer. She is an actress. She is a voiceover artist. She is in commercials. I think people, especially during this pandemic, people have gotten to know her work from those endless progressive commercials that she stars in that you see every break, it seems like. She's on the Zoom doing one of Stephanie Courtney's progressive friends, and she is on a Zoom with us right now. Why don't you please welcome her? She has a comedy special out tomorrow, December 1st, called Nate. It's very funny. I've seen it. Please welcome Natalie Palamides. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Scott? Thanks for having me.
The most distinctive voice in show business.
Oh, thanks for saying. I at least it's good for that reason, I guess.
How do you think your voice is bad for other reasons, or?
Well, it gets bad reviews sometimes. People are like,
who's reviewing voices? What's Rotten Tomatoes for voices?
Twitter, I guess. I get some replies, people saying like, your voice is so annoying, you come on my Hulu every freaking 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, don't hate me because you hate me. You know what I'm saying?
I've always said, don't hate the player, hate the, and I forget how the rest of it goes.
Me too.
But I've always said it, and you do have, I think it's wonderful to have a distinctive, unique voice, because as you have proved, it can get you work in various types of field. I'm running out of steam on this sentence. What I mean, do you know what I'm trying to say, though?
It gets you gigs. It gets you different gigs if you know how to work it.
That's right.
If you know how to, if you know how to swing your weird thing that you got.
Exactly. You lean into it. Whatever your weird thing is, lean into it. Yes.
You have to lean into it. I could have gone the other way. People could have been telling me, your voice is annoying, and then I could have just shut up.
Sure. Or you could have tried to change it. Like if you had to, was there ever a point in your life where you were like, I got to fix this. I got to change my voice, and you started trying to talk differently?
Yeah. My freaking theater teacher in college, she was like, you're resonating in your navel cavity, and we need to bring that down. So throughout college, I tried to bring my voice down here and speak not in my navel cavity, but I was doing a voice. Which is so odd because, it sounds like I'm doing a voice, but, in theater schools, they try to beat it out of you, especially you're doing Stanislavski or something. You have to be a neutral.
They try to make you more generic. But it does always interest me, the people like you or Maria Bamford who have such unique voices, but you can talk in a more normal voice. But it's just not the way you naturally talk. You know what I mean?
It's just not. I don't know how it happened. I don't know when, because, growing up through grade school, none of my friends who knew me from first grade were commenting on me having a weird voice or anything.
Was it high when you were younger and then you got a little more, I guess the only way to say it is low?
I don't remember. I What I do remember is kind of had like a little bit of a lateral lisp because I had this hearse.
A hearse?
In my mouth. It was
you had a hearse in your mouth?
A hearse, I think it's called.
Oh, hearse. Okay.
It's like these two metal bars. They put like two big bolts on
I saw that in a Marilyn Manson video.
Exactly. Yeah. So they put those on third and fourth graders to pull their jaw forward and sometimes rock and rollers. And, yeah, so I had a lateral lisp from that jaw contraption. And have just always spoken with a kind of a nasally quality, I suppose. But
well, it really suits you, and it has worked for you well. And it is working for you even better than well, excellently, I would say, in your new special, Nate, which is coming to Netflix.
Yeah, Scott. How insane is that, dude?
It's so crazy. I saw kind of a version of this a few years back and was blown away. That's maybe the first time I ever saw you perform. And
wow.
I think it was. Yeah. And was blown away by it. Thought it was really, really funny. And then when I heard they were filming it, I was like, yes, cameras.
Yeah, cameras always make things better when they get involved. You know, they record stuff permanently. You can't take any mistakes back that you do. They keep you accountable. Sure,
of course. Tell us about the special. It's really unique and very funny, but also unlike probably any other comedy special that's out there. Give us a little headline of it. What would you say about it?
Yeah, well, I would say Nate, it's now called Nate, a one-man show, follows this macho douchebag with a heart of gold. That's how I describe Nate, as he goes through a breakup, a recent heartbreak, and tries to find love in this new era, post-Me Too era, I guess. So the show explores toxic masculinity and just masculinity and...
Sure, toxic and non-toxic. You can be non-toxic and masculine, I hope.
I hope so, too. Yeah, for all you fellas out there, I think it's possible. And the gray area of consent as well, it explores. But it involves a lot of audience interaction, very absurd, lowbrow humor.
Lowbrow humor and a lot of eyebrow. A lot of eyebrow and chest hair and leg hair. And
yes, a lot of lowbrow humor, eyebrow humor, chest brow humor, and everything in between.
And you play Nate.
Yes.
You play the titular Nate.
The titular Nate.
That's sure right. And you are in character. I don't want to give away anything, but pretty much the entire time.
Yeah. You can say. I mean, it's me dressed in drag, doing a drag character as a dude. Oh, you mean you don't want to give like the...
Well, the twists and turns. I mean, the plot goes different places. And I wasn't going to say that you play other things necessarily.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
That's not really a compliment. I'm not quite sure why you're thinking.
Oh, no, I was just thank you for being so thoughtful as to not want to give anything away.
I see. Well, I just did, unfortunately, because you backed me into a corner. And so now people know that you play other things. But hey, that's all right.
Well, spoiler. I play other things.
A little late for that, unfortunately. But retroactive spoiler, certainly. But this is a one-woman or a one-man show that you took to the Edinburgh Festival, and you won a prize, didn't you?
I did. I won the Total Theater Award for Innovation, and I shared that award that year with Pussy Riot. The Russian female punk band. Yeah.
Amazing. So do you have to travel to Russia to give them the award every 6 months, or how does that work?
Yeah, we pass it back and forth. The mail's been slow lately. So, we've grown accustomed to holding on to it for a bit longer. They've flown over here one time in person to pass it back to me. I'm taking a trip after the regulations ease up a little bit on COVID. I'm going to go pass it back.
So you performed this show. I saw it over at the Lyric.
Lyric Hyperion.
The Lyric Hyperion. And where exactly did you film it? Did you film it there as well, or?
No, so I filmed it in a much larger space. Wanted to shoot it at the Lyric, but it was just too small for any amount of cameras to be in there. They were saying.
That's what she said?
That's what she said.
Does that work?
Sort of. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But maybe
I'll put that in the W column.
I think she would say that there's enough room for many cameras in there.
Okay, I understand. Okay, that's we're amending what she said.
Sure.
So did you film it here in LA or?
Yes, the Los Angeles Theater Center downtown. LATC, buddy, 300 seats.
Wow.
Yeah, a much larger room than I'm used to playing, and I had to, I'm not mic'd. I'm wearing mics in the special. They're like taped on to my chest.
Oh, I didn't even notice them.
Thanks for saying. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Again, not a compliment. Yeah. It's just merely a thing that I...
You're just so
it's not even a...
I just want to encourage it. But, yeah, I'm glad you didn't notice them. And
although if I did notice them, who cares, right?
Who cares?
I look at it and I go, "Oh, Mike, yeah. Well, that amplifies her voice," and then I move on. It's like, who gives a shit?
It didn't even amplify it. I was projecting in the room, so that was just for camera. So I feel like
it was for meaning it was so people would notice them.
Well, no, it was just so to get the sound for the filmed footage, but I didn't have anything to project in the room.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I'm very confused on this. If you know what, I should be interviewing the sound person on this. Do you remember who that person is? Maybe I could call him up. Oh. Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
I'd rather not say.
Oh, I could just look it up on IMDb. I mean, you're probably credited in the actual special, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I am. It's Alex.
Oh, hi, Alex. Hey. Is that Alex short for anything like Alexander or Alexis?
Alexis, yeah.
Alexis. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah. Well, so tell me about the sound on this. What exactly?
Right. So we hooked up the mics to Nat, but the sound that was going through those mics was connected directly to the camera. So the sound was going into the camera, not into the room of the theater. So it was recording it for the footage, but it was not projected over any sort of speakers into the stage area.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It's actually, I understand. When you film something, you put mics on the people.
Right.
It's like when you film a movie, like everyone in the movie isn't walking around with handheld mics all the time. They're not projecting their voice. Oh God. All right. Alexis, Alex, Scott. We've had about enough out of you.
Thank you so much. Well,
it's wonderful to have you on the show, though. I don't know that I've ever had a sound person on the show.
Yeah. Well, maybe you need to have more. Clearly you're lacking a little bit of knowledge there.
I don't think I'm lacking anything. I, in fact, think that I already had the knowledge. I don't agree. Scott. I disagree to agree to disagree.
Well, I disagree with your disagreeing to agree.
Damn it,
to disagree.
You got me. Shit. All right. Well, Alex, have a good hey, see you never.
Peace, bitch.
Okay. Wow.
Whoa,
Natalie.
A little spicy there.
Yeah, I don't know why you would bring that person on the show. I mean, just really, I appreciate the clarification of what you were trying to say, but if you had just kind of expressed it a little more clearly, we wouldn't have had to go through that.
I'm sorry. He was so rude, and thanks for understanding.
That was a she. I thought it was, Alexis, as in like a Russian Alexis, or?
Let me ask.
Oh, please don't bring Alex.
Okay. No, yeah, he's gone actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
where'd he go off to? Are you quarantining with him? What is going on?
I don't know. He just kind of I didn't expect to see him here. He just surprised me.
You didn't let out a scream, or you were pretty chill about the entire thing.
Yeah, I'm used to people popping in and out of my place. I don't lock the door.
And
why that's not? True. I should lock it.
That's a true statement. I don't think that you want that to come out over the airways. That you don't lock your door.
I don't want anybody to know that.
You especially don't want to say your address right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't. And it is not 13 Silver Lake, California, 90027. That's actually an old address. That's an old
okay.
address.
That's an old address that you didn't leave locked there either, and maybe the new owner doesn't leave it locked either.
Yeah.
We're going to have to bleep that entire thing out because we don't want to send weirdos to your old address either.
No, I certainly don't. Yeah, even though my old neighbor there kind of sucked. I won't get into that.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about neighbors. We've had previous guests get into trouble for talking about their actual neighbors.
Oh, really?
So you did this show. This is the culmination. Filming it and having it be on Netflix is the culmination of a long journey with this show.
Sure is. Yeah.
Do you have another show coming up? Do you have anything in the? Let's celebrate the fact that this one is out. But we always are looking into the future, aren't we?
Sure, yeah. I mean, right now in quarantine, it's kind of hard to develop any kind of new material because the theaters aren't open. But I've just been actually recently did a show with my friend, her, Courtney Peroso. Her and I created these two Italian guys, Ziti and Rigatoni Palaroso. And
we've had a rash of Italian people on this show recently.
Have you?
I don't know why. It's very
they're
weird.
Coming out of the woodwork because their first lady is now in the White House.
Probably.
Italian American.
I think it's one of the last accents you can actually do without being offensive.
I think that's why people are really leaning into it pretty hard. You can call people meatballs and nobody takes it one way or the other. And I can say that because I'm half. So.
Oh, which half? Upper? Lower?
Middle.
Right in the middle, really. So like from the neck down and the knees up, huh?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, my mom says I got no neck, and that's because of my dad's Italian heritage.
I'm so sorry that your mom talks to you that way.
Yeah, well, she talks to me many different ways, but that's one of them. Yeah.
Well, we'll be on the lookout for that, and please come back whenever that's ready and has been filmed and is premiering the very next day.
Yeah.
But we have Nate is the special that I want everyone to watch because it's very funny, and let's give it the old CBB bump here, the CBBB.
Thank you for bumping it, Scott. I really appreciate it.
Bump that shit. I want people to watch it. It's a great introduction into what you do. And once you see it, you will never be confused about what Natalie does again.
Thank you. Yes, it is kind of confusing, isn't it?
Well,
I don't think I ever actually said what it is I do. And that's
It
fine.
is interesting because I talk to people on the show before people watch their thing. And so a lot of what we do on the show is trying to elucidate and trying to communicate to the listener what exactly is happening, but I don't want to give away anything.
Yeah.
But the show is insane and you should just watch it.
Right on. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. I was going to say just one quick thing.
Sure.
Maybe I shouldn't say my tits are out the whole time. And I just want to say if people just watch it for that reason, that's fine with me.
So you're leaning into that. You're trying to get people to hey, look, if you're some weird perv and you want to see those for reasons that are perhaps prurient in nature, then, hey, you're fine with it.
All viewership is welcome.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Nate is the special. It's out on Netflix starting tomorrow or probably by now if you're listening to this at any point in the future. We need to take a break, but when we come back, we will have, this is exciting, the entrepreneurs. Natalie, have you ever wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I did actually work for a security guard firm.
Really? Which one?
Yeah. It was called, something, they do a bunch of events. I'll think about it.
But what was your job in it? Because you are, I don't like to comment on people's physical appearance necessarily, but I wouldn't say you're the most imposing person I've ever met.
Yeah, it was called Staff Pro. And I guarded the USC campus. I would stand at the front of dorms while people came in and checked their thumbprints and stuff. I also did the CNN Heroes Awards, or I would watch over film equipment at night.
To make sure it didn't commit any crimes, or?
Yeah, to make sure nothing was stolen. The LA Auto Show was a big one. You scam people as they come in with a little wand to make sure they don't have a gun or a knife or anything. But the thing about bringing illegal stuff into places with metal detectors and the security guards that check. I know now that probably so much stuff is getting into these places because I was one of those people who had to check. And I mean, there were so many pockets. I couldn't get through all the pockets. I would be holding up the line. Anyways.
So if you want to give someone advice of how to get through a metal detector without being your weapons being taken, the advice you would give is put it in your fifth pocket.
Also, maybe just do something where you kind of like look around and then you touch your chest or something and say, my pacemaker must be that.
Oh, really? So if anyone had the pacemaker excuse,
yeah, I would just.
That's part of HIPAA. Okay. You can't ask someone about it.
You can't. HIPAA law.
Well, it is the law that we have to take a break. We need to go to commercial right now, but when we come back, we will have the entrepreneurs. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this.
I'm Kevin Hart, and you don't want to miss my new show, Inside Jokes, where I have the opportunity to talk to comedians in ways that I've never been able to talk to them before. Why? Well, because I believe that we're the most interesting people on the planet. Intimate conversations, and not the way that you think it. I'm not talking about nasty talk. I'm talking about real talk, raw talk with great dialogue. Inside Jokes is about jumping into the minds of our amazing comedians. Inside Jokes is available now on Stitcher. Just tap the image on your screen and add it to your favorites.
Comedy Bang Bang, we're back. We have Natalie Palamides of Nate is her special, and it is out on, I'm just going to say it's out on Netflix right now because pretty much in these 24 hours that people may be listening to the show, you know, so what if they turn on Netflix and they can't find it? You know, I mean, who cares about those people? I'm playing the long game.
They can set an alert. They can set a reminder for when it comes out.
That's right.
How's that?
Comes out tomorrow, December 1st. Perfect for Christmas viewing as well. Gather the family round. If you are with your family, which we don't necessarily suggest you do, but if you happen to be there with your family there in your own household, I would say Christmas morning at 10 a.m. is a great time to watch this.
100%. Agreed.
Well, we do need to get to our next guests. They are entrepreneurs, and this is a treat to have people of this profession on the show. I wonder if they have employees, if they give those employees insurance, all sorts of questions to ask these guys. They are entrepreneurs. Please welcome Jeff and Mike.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, yeah. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, it's our I'm including you, Natalie, in this. It's our pleasure.
Oh, hi. Yes, it is our pleasure.
Yeah,
hi,
we share the pleasure, much like Natalie shared her award with Pussy Riot.
That's right.
Of course. Oh, yes.
Consider me to be the Pussy Riot of Comedy Bang Bang.
Okay. Well, the pleasure. The pleasure is ours. The pleasure is ours. And I know what that means.
I would say the pleasure is ours, actually, because
well, let's not fight
wonderful.
over the pleasure.
That's what she said?
Let's not fight over it.
Let's not fight over the pleasure. But the pleasure is ours, and Mike and I are very happy to be here.
That's right. Thanks, Jeff. We're really stoked. We have a lot of great products we want to talk about. We have a lot on the docket.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're entrepreneurs who sell many different things, or you have one
Yes.
company, or what?
Well,
how does
Scott,
this
we're
work?
here to promote our men's wellness company, Bold.
Bold. B-O-L-D?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
B-O-L-D.
You spelled it right, Scott. Absolutely.
And you nailed the spelling, Scott. You nailed the spelling.
Okay, and this is based out of where? The South somewhere, or where? Where exactly is your
It's
business?
the Mid-South. It's the Mid-South. It's a new
It's the
district. It's kind
Mid-South.
of like the Midwest, but at the bottom.
It's at
Okay.
the bottom. It's just like the Midwest, but it's down and to the right on a map.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, wonderful. Well, let's talk about these products. What do you got? I mean, maybe Natalie and I are in the market for some of these. Natalie is not necessarily probably in the market for men's wellness, but maybe something would appeal to her.
We're not going to discriminate. Anyone can have our products, but Mike and I noticed that, there are so many wellness companies out there geared for women, but us men, we care about our well-being too,
Let's run them down. We got Goop, the rest.
The rest.
Yeah, all of those.
Sephora.
Sorry, Sephora is a makeup line. What's the one you just said? Ulta?
Ulta.
What is Ulta?
It's kind of like Sephora, but cheap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's cheap-ass Sephora.
So
Excuse me for saying ass in the pitch, but that's written in there.
Hey, this is bold, okay? We're
Wait,
not pulling
it's
any
written in
punches.
there, but you want to be excused for it? Like it was a mistake?
Excuse me, and this is written into the pitch. Excuse me for saying the word ass.
Okay, well, if it's written, I don't care.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the rest of some of this. You're going to have to excuse us a few more times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and don't worry. We will let you know when to excuse us because it's written in the pitch.
Okay, so if you ever curse, but it's not written into the pitch, what do you say then?
We keep rolling. Don't say a word.
Okay, but every time it is written in, you ask to be excused. Okay.
Yes, please.
Got it.
Every time we catch a curse word in our pitch, we ask for you to excuse us.
Okay, and that is written in there. All right, very good to know. All right.
Yes. Well, women, they have all these creams and serums and lotions. And,
Tell me
and
about it.
What do us men have? Barbecue?
What do we
That's
get?
a joke, but we have creams and lotions and stuff like that.
Yeah, barbecue
Not
sauce.
as many. We have barbecue sauce, we have fries,
Honey
and
butter.
we have honey butter. We have honey butter and I'm so tired of only being offered honey butter when I really care about my appearance.
That's right.
So
We want you to try out a couple of our products, Scott.
Okay, great. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
And first up, we have our Germicidal boxer briefs. Now, these are underwear made of a patented antibacterial cotton that helps keep you fresh down there.
Okay, how do they? Okay, I've always wondered this because I've heard about antibacterial and antimicrobial clothing, and why don't they make everything with antibacterial things like tables, chairs, all clothes? You know what I mean? Like if something can be antibacterial, make everything in the world out of it because no one likes bacteria.
That makes sense, but this stuff is really expensive, Scott. So you can't just make a chair out of antimicrobial fabric.
I thought it was antibacterial.
Well, ours is actually germicidal.
What is that? What is germicidal? I've heard of homicidal.
Yeah, have you heard of suicide and homicide?
Yeah, yes, of course. Well, one is the killing of oneself. One is the killing of another person.
So with social media these days, a lot of people don't know, but germs are very mentally unhealthy. So they're very suicidal. So if you have germicidal boxer briefs, they'll go ahead and kill themselves.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So these are antibacterial
Yes.
boxer briefs.
So from the people who were roommates with the MeUndies people, we bring you our germicidal boxer briefs. And they also, Scott, they have a patented shit yourself technology. So when you take a big overnight oats in your pants, there's a convenient flap for easy cleanup before you head out to the fight with the guys.
Wait. So there's a flap for cleanup? Why not a flap so it doesn't get in your underwear?
Well, because as a guy, you can't always help that, Scott. You're a guy, you're getting ready for the fight, you're having your pregame nachos, you're having your pregame beers, and sometimes you're going to let one go. So you're going to need a flap to clean up.
So why not just take off the entire underwear and clean that and put on a new pair?
That's a great question. And for that, we have Fresh Undies. That's another one of our products.
This is what.
That's right, Scott. Do you ever eat so much honey butter you make a slushy?
Oh, no.
We have
I
Fresh
can't
Undies.
say that I do. No, okay.
Fresh Undies are not quite full undies. They're more thin undies that come in a pack of 5 that you can just keep in your backpack.
Mike, I have a question.
Yeah, a question from Natalie.
Do you guys have a probiotic undies line since you're, inspired by wellness?
Well, we have a line of conbiotics coming out, and these really mess your gut up.
That's right.
Okay.
The Fresh Undies are edible, and they are conbiotics. If you eat them, they will mess up your tummy.
Okay, got it.
So the regular undies come in packs of what? 3, I would imagine, but these are thinner, and so they come in packs of 5.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fresh Undies are different than clean undies.
They're not identical pair that are clean. These are a little bit thinner.
Well, these are recycled, so they're gray. They're gray.
These are not necessarily clean, but they are fresh.
Seems like you guys are laughing at the idea of your products a lot. What is? Yeah, this is part of. If you guys are going to be pitching these around, you have to find these less funny. You have to be a little more committed to.
Well,
them.
I think as men, we realize that humor is a big part of our life, right? We're raised to be funny. We're raised to not have feelings. We're raised to laugh it off, right?
Yes.
Right. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So we're laughing it off. Sometimes our pitches don't go that well. So you got to laugh it off rather than to get in a bad mood.
That's right.
Expertly said.
Thank
Are you a
so much.
philosopher?
Now, Scott, you're going to love this.
Okay,
now,
great. I noticed you haven't cursed yet, and you said there was a lot coming down the pike. So,
well, don't worry. At the end of this, it gets filthy and nasty.
So this is the blue version. This is the late night version. Okay.
Yeah, we know we're not on national TV, so we're going to give you the goods later.
Okay, here we go.
Now, Scott, you're going to love this. Now, what do we all wish our shotgun had? No, guys, it's not a scope. It's a hair loss medication.
Oh, on your shotgun?
Yeah, we would like to introduce the delightful rifle. Now, from the guys that brought you carrying around a handkerchief to blow your nose in, this fully automatic machine gun has a barrel made of 300 milligrams of Propecia. So when you're at the gun range, you can take a quick bite off the end and not only keep the hair you have, but in your case, Scott, regrow 30% of the hair you've lost.
I don't think I've lost any hair. Wait, you bite the end of the shotgun?
You take a quick nibble. When you're feeling that hair go thin, take a quick nibble.
So
Wow.
you're putting the business end of the shotgun into your mouth and biting down on it?
Absolutely. You take a rip of a Propecia pill, you say, God damn, that's good. Excuse me. And then you keep on firing.
Thank you. Okay, that's the first one. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Please excuse him.
Some people wouldn't consider that to be a curse, but if you're religious, you certainly do.
That's right.
Although I don't know why religious people think that God damn is a curse, because it's just asking God to damn something. I mean, that's
It is
like,
kind of in
it's
their
like
beliefs.
praying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't
Exactly.
want to force God to do anything. That's
Well, you're not saying like, "Hey God, I force you to damn these people." You're mere. It sounds like a request to me.
well, if you say, please, God damn it,
And again, excuse us.
excuse us.
I had this guest on the show, Little Damn It Man, once. He had a curse right there in his name.
He did. I haven't seen that guy again.
Oh wait, you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I know, little damn it, man.
What was his deal?
I think his whole thing was his first word was damn it.
The first word out of every sentence he would say? Was that what it was?
No,
there
his
had
first
to be
word-
more to that.
His first word as a child was damn it.
Oh,
and then
okay.
he lived with a bunch of otters in a tub.
Okay.
Wow.
Seems thin, but I don't know.
No, it was fully flushed flesh.
It was probably fleshed, yeah. All right, continue. Do you have another product here?
Well, absolutely, Scott. You know, as men, we need to take care of ourselves, and we have feelings too. We care about how we look. We care about how we're seen, sometimes by other men, sometimes by women. So, of course, say you're working on the house, you're getting sweaty, and you're getting up on a ladder, right?
Yep.
From the guys that brought you peep toe pumps, we have ladder heels. This way you put on these heels and climb the ladder, and your glutes are looking pursed the whole time.
Okay, so this is to sort of
you got it. You know,
wow. You really think I got it after just a couple of
Scott,
words?
you got it.
you know exactly what it is. Go ahead.
This is to make sure everyone sees the definition in your calves a little more
Both your
clearly.
calves and to juice up your caboose. You know, you really want to
Okay.
be up and you're fixing the gutters. You're doing all this manly work. But why should you have to wear a ratty old tee? Why should you have to have a flat butt in some basketball shorts?
You don't have to. You could wear something else whenever you want.
Exactly.
Yes, Scott, are you tired of being on the ladder and your glutes are not showing and popping?
I gotta say, usually when I'm on the ladder, I'm either getting somewhere or I'm coming from someplace, and I don't like to spend a ton of time there.
Aren't the heels going to make it harder to do work?
That's
Yes.
that is a great point. I mean,
That's a great
yes.
question. Absolutely. They're
and it does,
expensive.
and you agree, it does make it harder to do the work.
Of course, but you're happier to do it. It's going to take longer and you're going to be on display for longer.
And the harder you work, the harder you squirt. And excuse me for saying that.
Excuse us. That is written in here.
That wasn't a curse necessarily. It's just a weird thing to
Lately,
say.
squirt has changed and it's become a curse.
Everybody knows what
really?
you mean when you say the word squirt now, and so it's become a curse word.
Squirt is dirtier than fuck at this point. And excuse me.
Excuse us
Oh,
again.
so that was written?
Yes, Scott, this is all written, typed out, and laminated.
Laminated. Wow, you went the extra mile here.
We did.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, do you have another product?
And Scott, we do. We're doing therapy on motorcycles.
That's right.
What does that mean?
That's right. Head on down to the Harley-Davidson store and post up at the cafeteria. and meet with licensed counselors.
I thought you were done. Boy, what a pause.
Well, I was supposed to come
dramatic.
in there, but God damn it, I forgot. And excuse me again.
Wait, so that's written? So you wrote in that you were going to forget to interject?
I am a forgetful bastard. And again, you'll have to excuse my language.
Confusing.
We took a pitching class and they said we were too stiff. So we decided to write out all of our exchanges down to the T.
Okay, so this was to cure that. I see.
Exactly. And as you can tell now, we're seamless with our transitions.
Speaking of a cure, Scott, I noticed that you sit in a chair all day long. It looks like you can't get up and you can't go anywhere. Tell me you don't have to go.
You've seen me for about 15 minutes at this point, and yes, I've been sitting in the chair this entire time.
That's right. The whole time. The whole time. So can you not get away from the game or your job to dump your crap? Well, from the guys who used to sell the MyPillow guy his drugs, we bring you the pocket poop. Just run the bag up your leg, shove the funnel in the hole, and let it rip right there in the stands or at your job, wherever you need to be.
Okay, now this sounds like something I could use.
That's right.
Especially with all the Zooms that we're on these days. I mean, no one can see you below, chest high, I would say.
Scott, can I ask you an honest question, guy to guy?
Sure, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I've never been asked that before, but yeah, I guess you could.
How many times have you made in your seat? How many times have you made in your seat in the last 2 weeks?
2 weeks?
That's what I'm wondering.
Scott, be honest.
You could probably, extend that for several decades.
Okay.
0 times. 0 times.
Scott, do you know what it's like to smell so bad at work? You're not only fired, but you're asked to leave the state. That's why we came up with Just Aluminum. From the guys who brought you loving the movie The Godfather, it's a new deodorant that just was banned by the State Department. It keeps you so dry you'll die. Here, try it.
No, that sounds awful, dying. I really would rather not. I mean, I can't see that this was ever approved by the FDA.
FDAA?
Is this in the script? You're not cursing. I can't tell.
Does FDAA stand for Federal Drug Administration, asshole? Excuse me.
Hey, it's all written in. It's all written in there.
Did I add an extra A? Is that what it is? Food and Drug Administration. You're right. Okay. FDA. I apologize.
I like the AA better.
Well, I'm thinking of HIPAA, which we were talking about. That has the extra A in it.
Here's my thing. When you're in the shower and you're in there and you're looking at everything and you're saying, none of this is for me. All of this is too frilly, too pink. What is a microbead? You know what I mean?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So from the guys that bought you shower scum, we have the Fatty Caddy. It's a shower caddy that goes in your shower that takes up the whole wall. And it holds your barbecue sauce, your mustard, your soap, your tongs, your flipper. Okay? And it also holds your microdermabrasion skin rub.
Have you ever wanted to have your fully stocked fridge in the shower with you, Scott?
I mean, there may be some issues with temperature, but yeah, this sounds like a dream.
Absolutely. Turn that thing all the way to the left and crank it on hot. Put some tater tots under the water, and you're cooking and cleaning at the same time, baby.
This is amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the shower and said, "Oh, I'm so hungry right now," but I'm dripping wet and I'm naked.
And as a man, you want to eat tater tots. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. How many times have you eaten naked in the last 2 weeks?
In the last 2 weeks, 32.
Okay, 3 meals a day. That's around 11 days of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Every meal? Wow.
I eat mostly nude.
We've been naked for the last 2 weeks preparing for this. Eating.
How much weight have you put on, Jeff?
I've put on nearly 12 pounds in the last 2 weeks preparing for this pitch.
Do you sell them separately, or is there some sort of subscription model?
No, you have to buy these all at once.
Mm-hmm. It's a $1,000 package for everything in the Bold catalog. And
that's pretty cheap for everything in a catalog. I can't imagine any other catalog where $1,000 would buy every single thing in it.
Well, it's a short catalog, but there is a lot of good stuff.
How short are we talking? What are we talking?
Well, it's a front and a back page. It's a single page printed double-sided.
But the products are crammed on there.
Oh, don't worry. The catalog's crammed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, any other products, or because last time I asked you this, you said that we do, but now you're running out of so much steam that I think that you don't.
How could I forget? How could I forget the road toad? How could I?
Oh my God, we almost forgot the road toad.
As a man,
excuse me.
Wait, so you put a fake forgetting of the road toad into your script?
We are just fucking idiots. Excuse me. Now the road toad. Tell me you're a man. You're being made to go to work every day. And let me guess, your commute is terrible. Well, have you ever been stuck in traffic and really had to go and you had nowhere to go? Well, the road toad is a wonderful little thing that sits on your dash. You pull it down, sit on top of it, and let it splash. And the best part is, it's a big toad, so when it's on your dash, nobody knows what it's for.
Scott, it's totally undetectable on the dash.
Except if the product becomes too famous and you have this dildo on your dashboard that everyone knows it's a dildo.
No, it's not a dildo. It is like a cookie jar. It's like a cookie jar with the toad's mouth opened upward, and you sit on top of it. And then what we're hoping is that they get so popular that everyone goes, hey, I see you got the road toad.
But if you're a Coop Pocket customer, why would you get the road toad?
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. And do you have a good answer?
No.
We don't have answers for those. God damn it. Excuse me.
So you knew someone was going to ask you this, and you didn't write an answer.
We wrote in possible questions that we couldn't answer, because that's a good pitch. Mm-hmm. So I've got another one that we've crammed onto the catalog that I'd love to tell you about.
Okay, I believe we have time for one more, and I'm guessing this is your last one.
Shoot,
yes,
do yours.
We have 2 or 3, so we're going to cram them all in.
Okay, and I said we have time for one more. Don't combine all 3 of these into one product.
No,
that would be cheating.
Now, Scott, you're going to love this. It's a combination house shoe erectile dysfunction medication.
Oh.
Okay.
So from the guys who brought you white collar crime comes the caucasin moccasin. Slip these bad boys on anytime you need a little help in the bedroom and you'll be espadrilling in no time. God damn it, fuck. Excuse me.
Okay, we really pulled it out at the end with some of the clutch curse words there. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Is the caucasin moccasin one size fits all, or?
Yes, it's one big size.
Yeah, it should be big enough for anybody.
Okay, because sometimes some other people, and I'm not saying this is me, but something too big, you'd be banging around the sides of it a little bit, too much.
Oh, wait, I was imagining they go on your feet and that somehow the juice gets into your bloodstream from the soles of your feet.
That's right. They go on your feet and the juice gets in your bloodstream. That's how it works.
Okay.
I'm very confused on this product. I have to say. I don't know.
Like, Scott, you were thinking this was more of a penis product, which in that case, we do have made by the guys who brought you Trojans, small condoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these are just condoms?
These are little
smaller?
condoms. They're little condoms that most guys need. Everybody's lying about the size they use, and these are small condoms, and you can finally be brave enough to just buy what you need.
See, I'm going to give you some advice. Here's a product idea. They're small condoms, but the box says extra large on them. But they're like wink condoms. So like wink, hey, we know these aren't extra large.
Right.
But so you can buy them and everyone at the, everyone in line at the grocery store is like very impressed. But when, they say, wow, look at the size of these condoms, you kind of wink to the camera and you go, yeah, they're big, aren't they? See, this is a product.
Well, Scott, I think we're trying to be honest, We're men and we can wear small condoms, and that's okay.
Okay. Right, so just a shutting me down. That's it?
Yes.
Why don't you just learn how to let it splash in the road toad?
Sounds like an insult, but I don't know. Oh, all right, guys. Well, I can't say that I can afford the $1,000 for every single one of your products, so I'm going to have to take a pass on these.
Okay, well, you could do 2 easy payments of $500.
You're just splitting it up. I know how math. What about 4 payments of $250? Is that?
We could do 5 of $200.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. We could do 1,000 payments of $1.
Okay. That I might be interested in. How are they spaced apart?
All on one day.
Okay. So one after the other every second or so?
Yeah, every second of one day. So it actually titles it's a lot more than 1,000.
Some interest.
All right, Jeff and Mike, two entrepreneurs from what was the name of your company again?
Bold.
All right, and that's do you have a website?
Yes, it's italics.com.
So you couldn't get Bold, so you got the thing that's right next to it usually.
That's right.
We moved on.
Okay, wonderful. All right. We need to take a break. Can you guys stick around because we have a couple of sports legends coming up, so that's very exciting.
Exciting.
We will be right back with more Natalie Palamides, more Jeff and Mike. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Comedy Bang Bang, we are back. We have Natalie Palamides. Nate is streaming. I'm just going to say now because you're undoubtedly listening to this in the future. Historians are listening to this to say, how did Earth work? Oh, interesting. Entrepreneurs? Wow. Everyone must be an entrepreneur on this planet. But it's streaming right now on Netflix. People can watch it. And we also have Jeff and Mike, two entrepreneurs. And during the break, you guys were huddled at the writing desk. In your place, and you were writing a new script? What was going on there?
We decided to cut some of the cuss words.
Yeah.
Okay, you're revising. You're not writing new things.
Yeah, writing is rewriting, Scott. So, we had to go through and see what didn't work, and some things we didn't get to. So we're excited. We're learning a lot. When we
feel like absolute shit for earlier, excuse me, for doing it wrong.
So you cut some before and added some in this new section. I don't know.
Yeah,
all right,
we feel like dicks.
Yeah, we need to get to, speaking of dicks, our next two guests have a couple, I'm presuming, because I have never read an article saying that they underwent any kind of surgery or any kind of horrible accident where they were snipped off in a Lorena Bobbitt type situation. You ever hear of that? That's a popular reference with comedians from the 90s. You ever hear of that woman?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I've never heard of her.
Never heard of Lorena Bobbitt. Interesting.
No, I'm embarrassed. Should I know her?
Look her up. It's a great story. It's a wonderful, heartwarming tale for the holidays.
I think you'd love her.
All right. Awesome.
I really relate to her, I think. I get
Okay.
a Lorena Bobbitt feel from your whole
have a
thing.
vibe.
Yeah, you really do.
Thanks.
I forget where I was in this intro. Oh yeah, they have penises. There are a couple of sports legends. Please welcome, one of them has been on the show before, one of them has not. Please welcome to the show Bill Walton and Wade Boggs.
Wow, Scott. Wow, thank you for reading our intro word for word. Pleasure to be here with the great podcaster Scott Aukerman, and an honor to be here with Natalie Palamides, from stage to screen, from Laid on stage to Nate on Netflix, from UCB's Family Mattress to UCB's Eastwood. What a pleasure to be here.
Wow, and thank you for reading the response to my intro that I read.
Thanks for writing it out and texting it to me. Scott Aukerman, one of the great texters of our time.
Welcome back to the show, Bill Walton. It's so good to see you again. You've been on the show a few times, but Wade, you haven't spoken nary a word at this point.
Hi, no, I'm typically sort of a utility player, so I kind of just sort of hang back, wait for my moment, and maybe one day they'll let me get on the mound and pitch one game, which they did. When I was on the Yankees, I pitched a game. It was great. Normally a third baseman. It was great to be called in.
So you take those lessons conversationally as well. You try to apply them to conversations.
Scott.
Wow.
I really do. I wait for my moment, make sure people are finished with their sentence, hold. Then I find my moment, Scott.
Pleasure to be here with Jeff and Mike. Love men's products, from the lawnmower manscaping to Hims hair products. Every time I get sold something because I'm a man, I get happy.
What about that Dollar Shave Club? You have one of those?
Absolutely. The commercials sold me. I subscribed for a whole year, and those are the worst razors I've ever had. Sharp, I cut up every day. I'm in pain, but I love the ads. They're irreverent. They're quick. They're hilarious.
I don't think they've been a sponsor for quite a number of years, so I think we're safe to say this at this point.
Oh yes. Now, Earwolf, from Scripps local TV network to Sirius XM satellite radio, owned by the big guys not needing the dollar shave money anymore.
And I also love these products, Scott.
Thank you, Wade.
And Mike and Jeff. Hi, Natalie.
Hey, good to see you.
Natalie, do you know Wade Boggs? Do you know his work?
Yeah, no, I caught that game that he pitched that time.
Really? You were
Thank
there
you.
in person, or?
Yeah, I was there in person.
Whoa.
I saw history get made that day. Yeah.
I believe Natalie was the one that ran out to the mound and pointed to her left arm for Wade to come out and throw the pitch.
That's
It was.
right.
I was actually put into the game at fan request. It was pretty incredible. The only time it's ever happened in history. The coach wasn't going to take out the starting pitcher, but Natalie jumped out of the stands, ran to the mound, stopped the game, tapped her
Guilty.
arm. I came on from third base, threw a few strikes, if I remember correctly, mostly through knuckleballs. Honestly, for me, it was a great time. I don't know that I'll be remembered by history.
But you'll be remembered by me. I'm your biggest fan, Wade, and it's truly. I'm. My mind is blown just being able to talk to you right now.
Well, that's really nice to hear. You know, as a third baseman, a position that's often overlooked, it feels nice to have a fan.
Third base, you know, a lot of baseball players, they never get there. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a lonely position.
Indeed it is, Scott. I spent most of the game talking to the third base umpire and the third base coach from the opposing team. Not too many friends on my team.
Yeah, that third base umpire, he's always changing. So it's like you always are making small talk. It's like going on a lot of first dates.
Exactly, Scott. And again, this comes back to me finding my moments. I would wait for the third base umpire to sort of say something that I could sort of recognize, try to find my in and become friends as quickly as possible. But of course, then that man would leave me.
Sure. So what you would wait for him to say so. Usually what's the types of things he's saying? Is he like, that's a foul ball?
Yeah, usually he's responding to whether or not the batter went or not. It's a response to did he go?
And then how do you follow that up? What do you say in response to that in order to strike up a conversation?
Well, usually it's the opposing team who's at bat when he makes the call. So if he says
that's why you're out there on the field, I would imagine.
Yeah. If he says that they did go, then I'll say, "Hey, good call, buddy."
Hey, good call, buddy. Yeah, that's your line.
Yeah, most of my friendships in my life have started from me sort of complimenting someone on the job they've done, whether it's the fry guy at a fast food restaurant or, the security guard allowing people into the stadium.
Yeah, I've hung out with Wade before, and it's just him and a bunch of umpires.
That's right. A lot of people call me a traitor. I say, no, those are the only guys who'll talk to me.
I would think that it would be a little more of a problem if you were hanging out with the opposing team, you know, or the rival team, like the Dodgers and the Giants hanging out together. But I mean, the umpires, they're just calling them like they see them, you know?
Exactly, Scott. I appreciate people who are honest, which is why I loved the pitches from these guys. Right. But I got to bring something up, Scott. I'm really sorry. I don't know that your booker really did as much research as they should have, because I'm actually also on the podcast today to pitch you some men's products from a company that I started called Strike Through.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's two segments can kind of overlap in terms of theme. I think that's all right. So, yeah. Why don't we hear your pitch? And you guys don't mind, right, Jeff and Mike? I mean, this is a competitor, obviously.
Absolutely. We want to see the competitors, and I haven't heard him say one cuss word, so I'm not really that worried.
Well, strap in, buddy, because you're about to hear a few.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Scott, damn it, man.
Excuse me.
Bart Simpson.
What? Little damn it man is not here, if that's who you're addressing.
He's a clear character, and he will be coming back, though.
Don't we feel like Bart Simpson was the original Little Damn It Man?
It seemed like, I do remember that. It seemed like Little Damn It Man was just Bart Simpson, but not yellow.
No, he was slightly yellow.
Oh, okay. So he had a bit of jaundice.
All that notwithstanding, folks, what's every man's greatest fear? Smelling
Women.
good.
Smelling good.
Smelling good is
Smelling good. You don't want to walk by people and them think that's a man who's never worked a day in his life. So from the people who brought you getting out of your car at a stoplight to aggressively gesture at the person behind you, I bring you stink-flavored body wash. That's right. This is a body wash that will make you smell as though you've worked all day in any field you would like. That's right. We've got landscaping flavored. We've got sous chef flavored. We've got carpenter flavored. We've got baseball player flavored, which I'll tell you this is my favorite.
Sure, of course.
But all sorts of body washes that'll make you smell like any kind of working man you'd like to smell like. Fuck. Excuse me.
Okay. All right. You got it in at the end. Can I say something, Wade?
Sure.
Here's my suspicion. Okay. Now Jeff and Mike in the previous segment, I said, hey, we only have time for one more. And then they let it slip that they had 3 at the ready. Did they just send you these things to read and you're just doing their material right now?
Shit, he's on
now,
to us.
Scott, listen, Scott, we've all seen the Nugenics commercials. We've seen sports athletes become spokespersons for bad sort of men's products, okay? And I assure you that this is not an instance of a fledgling company passing off spokesperson duties to another sports athlete. Of course, because my company is called Strike Through.
Strike Through. And how would I get to that? Is there a website or?
You would go to superscript.com.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Scott, texting your friend a couple extra jokes. It's a guy thing. It's a guy thing.
It's a guy
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize this is a guy thing. Okay.
Scott, I'm here to talk about baseball also, not just about the products that my company, that is mine.
Okay. So you're now segueing into what you originally came to do. All right, good to know.
I will say, Scott, this is some observant hosting. In the world of podcasting, you don't see observations like the ones you get from Scott Aukerman, whether it's Kevin Pollak's chat show or anything on the vast array of the Reply All group. The observations are shit compared to Scott Aukerman's clear, underlined observations of what's going on.
Thank you, Bill. I've noticed you're not shouting as much as you did in your previous appearances.
It's easier to shout in a podcast studio than in a home that you share with other people.
Okay, who are you sharing this home with?
Your son, maybe.
I'm currently shacked up with my son, Luke Walton. And we're trying to start our own basketball bubble. It's a father-son bubble.
I would love to see a whole father-son game. There's how many people on a team? 5? I would love to see. I mean, I guess there'd have to be one extra father or one extra son, but still.
You're like
so
dads
fun.
versus sons, or it's all people from the same family?
Yeah, well, okay, so dads versus sons, I feel like that would be a little lopsided, depending on how old the dads were or how young the sons were. But I'm saying split up the team evenly between fathers and sons. That's a real bonding time.
It's a fantastic time to bond unless you're playing against your son and you're dunking on his ass.
Okay, but why am I telling you? You're the one who started this whole bubble. You know how it works.
Well, you've talked me out of it, Scott.
Okay. How long have you been in the bubble for?
It's been 6 months of putting this together.
Okay, well, and just one sentence from me, and you're out?
Scott, you are one of the most convincing men I've ever met. From Alan Dershowitz to Johnny Cochran to Scott Aukerman.
I don't know that I want to be in that company.
3 of the greatest and most similar men I've ever met, and 3 of the biggest fans of O.J. Simpson I've ever talked to. Scott Aukerman, Robert Kardashian.
You can add me to the list, too.
Natalie Palamides, one of the great voices from Powerpuff Girls to the progressive commercials. Every time I hear Natalie's voice, I'll pop onto Twitter, hashtag Natalie Palamides. Keep up the good voice.
Oh, thanks.
Just to balance out the people who are telling her that her voice is annoying, of course.
Absolutely. Go to hell, fuckers.
Now, Bill, I heard your bubble was pretty quickly compromised. With the virus.
Unfortunately, everybody in the bubble has coronavirus.
How many people? I thought it was just you and your son.
Yes.
You guys were the first 2 6-month cases, correct?
Yeah, usually doesn't it subside after, I don't know, a couple of months or death?
Unfortunately, they're studying us right now. We've been passing it back and forth because our games have been sweaty and close contact. So I felt pretty good after a couple weeks. My sense of taste and smell was coming back. So obviously I let my son feed me. And my sick son got me sicker than I was the first time around.
Oh, no. This is a horrible story. Wade, you said that there was something that you wanted to talk about.
I was just gonna, I got out the one that I wanted to get out. I don't need any more time.
Now, since I'm here, Wade just forwarded me a text message I'd like to read.
Okay.
Scott, here's a question I have for you, and of course for Natalie. I don't know if you've experienced this or the men in your life, but when you're bowling with the guys. When you're bowling with the guys.
Oh, do you want an answer? Yes, of course we know when we're bowling with the guys. This is a call and response pitch here. Okay.
And obviously you're bowling with the guys, and out of nowhere, somebody mistakes your bald head for a bowling ball. They stick their 2 fingers in your nose and their thumb in your eye, and they throw you right down the lane, and in fear you mess yourself on the way down the lane.
Do you need to respond? I didn't realize this was going to be like Freddie Mercury at Live Aid, where we had to respond so many times.
Oh, yo, yo, yo!
Oh, yo, yo, yo! What do you want us to say? No, this has never happened to me.
Okay, there we go. God, Freddie didn't have to pull this out of his audience, but I got a worse audience.
Sorry. Are you continuing, or is that the end?
No, there's more. It's just, I'm feeling like the call and response isn't working. I put in my Freddie Mercury teeth, which nobody's complimented me on. Be honest, too big.
I mean,
huge.
Look. I honestly, when we turned on the Zoom and you came on, I thought I was just talking to a pair of teeth, like an anthropomorphic pair of teeth or something.
Oh, no, that was not some sort of funny Zoom thing that I did. What are those called, Scott? You know the word.
A filter?
It was not a funny filter. Natalie Palamides with the interjection. Clutch. I lost my words and my nerves, and Natalie Palamides saved me. A big save like Wade Boggs if he had ever pitched a saving game, or like one of the pitchers on the famous Los Angeles Dodgers in this last World Series. From the people who brought you...
That was all written.
For the people who brought you adult rubber sheets for men, it is the bowling lane mop for the man who messes himself when mistaken for a bowling ball and thrown down a bowling lane and messes.
No, I want
lane.
a product that keeps the people from sticking their fingers in my face. I don't want the product that just cleans up when I soil myself after he does it.
So you're saying that all of these products are solving a symptom more than they're solving an actual issue.
Yes, the actual problem. Like, let's take a step back in the process.
Well, unfortunately, we will not sell that at my company, Underline. But if you go to bold.com, you'll find all of our products right there.
Wait, who's selling bold.com?
We don't know who that is.
Wow. Well, incredible stuff. And so, Bill and Wade, you didn't come on to talk about anything?
Well, like Wade said, your booker is a jackass. I got booked on this show not knowing what to talk about. So if I were you, I'd talk to the booker about this.
Yeah, I mean, normally I only make appearances publicly to actually pitch the products that I make. So I fancy myself more an entrepreneur than an ex-baseball player, if I'm being honest, Scott. So the fact that I was introduced as an a legendary athlete instead of an entrepreneur, I'm a bit upset.
But this is what people mainly know you from. I mean, I don't know that I would necessarily introduce George Foreman as a guy who made a couple of grills, you know.
It depends on the generation I'm introducing him to, Scott. If I'm introducing him to someone who was reared in the era of the Foreman grill more so than the era of Foreman, the boxing champion.
But I don't think any generation knows you as a pitchman or as an entrepreneur. I think
and that's exactly the problem, Scott. As a man, you're constantly pitching and nobody knows if you have the floor. So what we have today is the oversized polo shirt. No matter what, you tuck it in, it just barely doesn't fit you, and everybody knows this guy's trying to sell me something.
So were you interested in pitching because you pitched in that one game, Wade?
I'll have to say there was a bit of a sort of mental connection. When I received an email, the opportunity to come pitch my product.
Email?
Yeah, never mind that I said that, Scott. I was talking about when I had the bright idea for myself to come up with these products. I thought, I did pitch that one game, always wanted to be a pitcher. Maybe now's my chance to really be a pitcher. And Scott, let me just say, I have one more question for you.
Here he goes.
Hit me.
Have you ever been wanting to relax, taking a nap, laying down in your hammock and thinking, man, I really wish I didn't have to get up to go to the bathroom.
100 emoji.
Well, Scott, from the guys who brought you bragging about how cool your car is, here we have the hammock with a toilet in it. That's right, Scott. A lot of people say that this product isn't clever. The name is too on the nose. But I'll say this, Scott. I want to see the name of the thing I'm going to get on the box. And when I see a hammock with a toilet in it, I know exactly what that is. And I'm going to absolutely send 4 easy payments of $250, all charged on the same day to my website, superscript.com.
So you sell 2 products on your website.
Well, Scott, yes. Currently, I've invented 2 products that I sell on my website.
I'm going to be honest here. You know, Jeff and Mike, you guys said $1,000 for everything in your catalog. It seems to me like you realized that was a bad deal for you. And so you shuttled off a few of your products to your buddies over here so that you can get another couple $1,000 here.
Well,
Is that?
I've never met these gentlemen before.
Why are you changing your voice, Bill?
What are you talking about? I've never.
You don't have to disguise your voice to say that you don't know them. We know you.
I don't know these guys.
Oh, not another Italian.
I also don't know these guys.
Okay.
Who are they?
And then after that,
you keep saying like you're about to continue, and then you stop to a standstill.
It's one of the great public aneurysms you're seeing live on the air, Scott.
Dad, did you forget to take your medication?
Oh my God, Luke Walton!
Dad, I told you gotta take your medication, Dad. Gonna have another aneurysm on the air, Dad.
All right, Luke comes in. My medication is 6 hours of Grateful Dead albums. He puts it on, and it calms me.
You want to put it on now, Dad, or you want to wait till you're done, Dad?
I don't know that we can get the rights to these albums here. I don't know, though. I'm afraid you're going to have to suffer through your aneurysm.
You can't get the rights to it, man. It's Grateful. From you talking you two to me, to you talking heads to my talking head, you got the rights to all the great music from the 70s, 80s,
and I guess now that I think about it, the Grateful Dead is not really litigious when it comes to their music, are they?
Let's just say Cherry Garcia went and finish the sentence. Somebody finish the sentence.
Cherry Garcia is a good friend of my dad's.
Thank you, Luke.
Cherry Garcia, the ice cream flavor?
Yeah.
Between Cherry Garcia, American Dream, and I had one of the fantastic dinners I've ever had.
Did you have dessert first? Oh, well, Luke, it's so great to see you. I'm sorry about your bubble, which is not a thing that I don't think anyone would ever say before 2020. Unless, I guess, someone had some old chewing gum or something.
What?
Never mind.
Oh, bubble about gum. Yeah, no, I'm not too sad about the bubble. I'm just glad to be in a bubble with my dad and be able to play basketball, baseball, soccer ball, all kind of sports in there.
So you guys are playing more than just one sport. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball, baseball, soccer ball, they're all going down in the Walton household.
You're still mid-aneurysm, Bill. I'm sorry that
I don't have my Jerry playing yet. It's okay. I'll power through, and then I'll ride that train high on cocaine.
Here, Dad, take a spoonful of this Cherry Garcia, tie you over until we can put the album on.
Oh, no.
There you go. One more.
Hey,
one more.
I'm so sorry to put you through this.
One more.
One more? You said one more before the last one.
2 more.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
You should be out living your life. I'm sorry you're here taking care of your old man.
Dad, no, don't say that, Dad. I love you, Dad. I love being in the bubble with you, Dad. I love feeding you ice cream, Dad.
Hey, that's my boy.
Well, look, I hate to say this, but we're running out of time. But Bill, I think this might actually save you because we have just a little bit of time left on the show and only one feature left. That is a little something called plugs.
Let's hear those plugs. Let's hear those plugs. Let's hear those plugs. Let's hear those plugs.
Oh, nice, pretty, short, sweet. Sounds a lot like Kulop. This is Let's Hear Those Plugs by Grendel is Friends. Grendel is Friends. Thank you so much to Grendel is Friends. All right, guys, what are we plugging? Natalie, obviously Nate is coming out December 1st on Netflix.
Yeah, please watch it. Thank you.
Please watch... it.
Please watch it. Also, a great.
Yeah, please watch it.
film.
What about It Chapter 2?
Yeah, I can't vouch for It Chapter 2, but it is phenomenal. Has the Stranger Things kid in it.
All right, Jeff and Mike, what do you guys want to plug?
Well, Scott, we cannot talk enough about the road toad, but right now we would.
I appreciate you moving on to another subject, though.
Absolutely. We are promoting a new website called BigGrandeWebsite.com, where you will find 2 new shows from the sketch and improv group Big Grande.
This is your classic content for guys. As a guy, not a lot of stuff is made for you. This is something that you can all really get into.
All right. And, Bill, you are not looking good. And Wade Boggs, do you guys want to plug anything?
It's interesting, Scott. Again, an instance of your booker, not doing a pre-interview, because I'm actually also here to promote, www.biggrandewebsite.com.
Okay.
Which is, of course, as was just discussed, a website that contains two new brand new podcasts, 2 nudes and new content from the sketch and improv group Big Grande.
Okay.
It's just very interesting that we would both be coming on the show today to promote the same thing.
I mean, it happens sometimes. I mean, people are free to plug anything they want on this show or during the segment on this show, and sometimes there's a little bit of overlap.
Can I plug one more thing?
Yeah, please.
I just really want to. It doesn't get enough praise, but I really want to plug yellow mustard. I think yellow mustard needs to be used more often.
Just plain yellow mustard, not the spicy kind,
generic.
not Dijon, just generic plain yellow mustard. What do you
Look
like
at
about
my
it?
dog. Look how it shines for you. My hot dog's got yellow.
Are you interested in the art of song parody, Bill?
It's one of the most interesting things you can pitch to me.
From
Nick Thune to Weird Al Yankovic. From Doctor to...
usually the other way around, I would say. Well, I want to plug Auntie Donna on Netflix right now. If you're on Netflix watching Nate, hey, why not flip over to watch Auntie Donna, which is a sketch show that I produced and very proud of. Those guys are really funny, and the show is getting great reviews. So we hope that people will watch it. And also keep voting in the Comedy Bang Bang Best Ofs. The voting is open right now. Head over to earwolf.com and you can find the link there somewhere, or check my Twitter or something like that. But vote for your top 10 episodes of 2020, and in approximately 1 to 3 weeks or so, the best ofs are going to happen, 3 or 4 weeks, somewhere around there. So at the end of December, and your choices will be there. All right, well, let's close up the old plug bag.
You start with a C when you want to close it up. You lead with an L and then you Open up the plug bag. Open up the plug bag. Take your hand and open it up. Then Horatio comes and then he just says, the days of paradise. Let's get it all our lives. The days of paradise. Open up the plug bag. Open up that plug bag. Open it up the plug bag. Open it up, plug it up. Open up the plug bag. Open up the plug bag. Everybody wants to open up the plug bag. Just keep it fucking open up the plug. Open up the plug.
Guys, I want to thank you so much, Natalie. Always great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. If that's a compliment.
continued success, not a compliment,
Okay.
and just merely a statement.
Sure. Thanks so
And-
much for having me.
Of course. And Jeff and Mike, you really pulled a couple of fast ones on me here.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Now, did we talk about fresh undies?
You did, yes. That was one of the first things.
Just want to
we
make
talked
sure.
about.
Just want to make
Yeah.
sure.
And Bill and Wade, finally the show is just about over. Wade, very nice to meet you. And
Absolutely, Scott. Thanks. So it was so nice to feel like I was in the dugout instead of on third base today. You know what I mean? Surrounded
not
by
really.
like-minded people. Not by myself trying to make friends with the enemy. It was really nice to chat today. Thank you.
Wonderful. And Wade and your son, I'm sorry, what was your son's name
Bill
again?
and Luke Walton.
Luke Walton, yeah. Wade.
Oh, yeah. See ya. Thanks so much for having me.
You have demolished those pints of ice cream. How many pints did you just eat, Wade? My God. Or not Wade, Bill, of course.
Well, I mean, who's counting at this point? 26, 27 pins of ice cream.
Pints?
Yes, pins of ice cream. We pronounce things differently across the pond.
Finish off your pint, Dad, and let's hit the bubble.
Well, now that's a good son.
That's a good dad.
I guess, Scott, I would rather be shot into space.
Are you going to finish that, or?
No, I was cleaning up the "Would You Rather" section. I was closing that up.
Okay, no, we didn't play that on this episode. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.